Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. You work the entire season to put yourself in position to thrive, to excel in games like this. A late season top 10 showdown, playoff implications aplenty. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the LSU Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Sooners will boot it away to start the game. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First down for this offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He's going to take a shot right away. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road. Make your statement here today.
He'll pull it down and run. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. LSU quick to the line.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking for a man, it's Woolihan. Trying to escape and get it himself. At midfield, he's got room. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The Tigers are flying down the field. Fast motion from the offense. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short game. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Ball in the air, intercepted. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. But he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
The offense set for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're trying to get to him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Back to throw, it's Willingham. Makes the grab over the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Sooner offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The Sooners are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. He's got it again. Open space at the 25. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
The Sooners line it up with a first and goal. Quarterback keeps it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
It gets closer and closer to the end zone right here. You know what's coming as a defense. The offense has to be physical, and they were. And the back knew exactly what he had to get 6.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. USC put together a breathtaking performance inside the Coliseum. And how do you not liken it to the way Leinart and Bush and Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett used to just annihilate teams? No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
The toss sweep to the right. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. On 3rd down, going up top. Finds us back in the middle. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Pushes ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Sooner.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
14, LSU, 0.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack, once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Back to throw, it's Willihan. Coming after it. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They didn't get enough for the 1st down, so 4th down, clock running as they hurry to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it on the outside. It's Dalton. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double-checking to make sure. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback adapted. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
Black 24. Black 24. Come on, set.
He'll go to the draw. Got enough space.
That's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Fair catch, called for and made. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Leaves it with the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Smashes through the tackle. He has 89 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
3rd down and inches, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to be physical and they're going to run the football, but they still execute at a good level. Not only picking up the first down, chewing up more yardage to make this drive even easier.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick completion to the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Got some room in it to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today.
LSU 7.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like...
Going deep. And he makes the catch inside the 20. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Here's the give off the left side. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He'll run it again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. If you like old-fashioned, grinded-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the 2nd level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
Davis looking to pass. Getting some heat. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that pass intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the ball's loose. And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Using his feet. Tackled after picking up the first down. LSU right back to the line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. Looking to throw, it's Willihan. Pressure coming. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Oklahoma 21, LSU 14.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here.
4th down.
Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chain. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
And you just wonder if this defense now is starting to feel it a little bit. They're a bit on their heels after that 4th down play to keep this drive going. Someone's going to have to step up here and stop the bleeding. They're only up by 1 possession.
They go to the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. LSU quick to the line. Wide out in motion. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand.
Oh, look out! He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker. You could tell. Locked in on the quarterback. Chases him down. Gets to him. And not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle. Gets him on the ground.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Moving out of the pocket. Unleashes one. Got his man on the right. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. To the air, it's Willihan. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, LSU!
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. He does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Cal handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They get enough.
But how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
He'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. It's complete on the right side. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, the ground game. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
It's 1st down from the 11. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone.
Spider. 4-2 Spider.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone.
25.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, LSU.
What a finish we have unfolding here. The offense in the waning moments and a chance to take the lead. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, LSU.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. It'll all be decided right here. Win or lose on this kick. And it's good. The short field goal for the game. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memory.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played today.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying...